We're back with another episode. And a 1 and a 2.
You're on 1 and 3, and I need you to get on 2 and 4.
Gross.
Come on, your white side is coming out.
And a 2 and a 1, 2, 3.
And a 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go.
8.
2.
See, the problem with being
6.
mixed is I just need someone to start me off.
Exactly.
And then I got it.
Because you know why? Your white side wants to overpower your black side.
It's like it's 50 whatever percent. It's hard.
It's definitely 70-30 at this point.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You think?
So you got the 2 and 4 will
You know
drop
why?
it down.
In the winter months, it does. Because I get so pale, I think my body forgets what it's supposed to be doing.
So you need to overpower your white side.
You're right.
When it comes to rhythm.
Okay. Y'all remember that out there.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, y'all.
To another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. How you doing?
We are back at it again, y'all.
Missed you so much.
We did. We definitely did. How was your week this past week?
I had a week from the depths of hell.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Do tell. Please share with the people.
Mercury was in retrograde, and I don't know if y'all felt it, but the Geminis out there felt it.
Wow.
I'm about to get woo-woo on you for a second.
Woo, woo, woo. Like Sinclair from Living Single? Never mind. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You know I haven't watched that show.
Well, she says woo, woo, woo.
Oh, does she?
She's like, woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh,
you don't know Sinclair's woo, woo, woo?
No.
Oh, that's right. You're Gen Z. It's okay.
Mercury's in retrograde. Everything I said didn't make sense, more than usual. Mm-hmm. I felt like people kept telling me things, and I was like, we're speaking different languages. I had a fall at work. Actually, I'll call it a slow and controlled descent to the ground. And if you read my paperwork, that will say it as well.
Okay.
Did I tell you that?
No. We'll talk about it in Rehab Corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, oh, man.
Wow.
I don't know if you work in healthcare out there, the way that a fall at work just like ruins your entire... And it was at the beginning of my day.
Oh, no.
And it was just like, I was done after that. Toast. Completely toast. My patient had a seizure on me.
Oh, Jesus. So is that why they had the fall?
No, this was different. This was different patients.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then they were all like people who needed to go to sniff but couldn't go to... It was a whole mess. My week was rough. Then I worked the weekend. No one's fault but my own. Mm-hmm. I, as they say, girl bossed a little too close to the sun.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think I'm doing out here. I don't even want to work 40 hours. I don't know how I worked 40 plus hours this week.
I keep telling you let the PRN go, but you won't listen.
I just can't.
I mean, I get it, but
other than that, yeah, I know. I had like a really cute, fun girls' night plus someone's husband, you know, because like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was fun. I haven't had that in a while. It was really chill. My God.
Chill and cool.
Mm-hmm. See, this is going to be a time. We're going to have a great episode today. How was your week?
My week was actually okay. Aside from work, I've been going back to the gym, being consistent, being accountable.
Hell yeah.
And
new year, new you. Am I right?
New year,
whoop,
consistent
whoop.
Me. But same me, but just more consistent. It's been really, really good. Just work has been really crazy, y'all. I don't know what's, like you said, I don't know what's in the air, but
Mercury's in retrograde, so is Mars.
2023, I need you to come in, sit your ass down. Don't talk to nobody. Don't say nothing. Don't touch nothing. Just sit down and relax, okay? We're moving. I mean, we're already like, a weekend, but it's just been, work has been crazy. But other than that, the week was good. I was very productive this week.
I'm happy for you.
That was good, yeah.
It's because it's Capricorn season.
I mean, I guess Capricorns are weird.
Nose to the.
Aren't they a ram?
No.
What are they? I thought they're rams.
Are they a ram?
I think they're a ram. I think they're a ram.
That makes sense. What was I thinking of? Oh, I was thinking of the bull. That's
Taurus.
Ram is a goat. What the hell is a ram?
Maybe it is a goat. Let me Google it.
What technically is a ram?
A ram is a bull. I don't know.
No, a bull is a cow.
Capricorn. I can't even spell it. Sign. Okay.
It's a big horn.
It's a goat.
It's a goat.
It's a goat. Never mind. You're a goat.
Bah. Yeah.
I cannot.
Head. What is the saying? Head to the grindstone. Head to the grind mill.
I don't know enough about horoscopes like that. I really
no.
don't.
It's just like a saying.
Oh.
Head to the pedal to the metal. Let's say that. That's what this month is.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you doing dry January?
What is that?
Where you don't drink?
I mean, I don't drink regularly anyway.
So it's just a dry year for you. Okay.
I mean, no, it's a very wet, moist, for those people who don't like that word, moist year. I mean.
Damp.
I mean, Lord, rain down on me. That's it.
Here's what I'll say about all you folks doing dry January. I applaud you. I wish I had that kind of self-control, motivation, drive. You're not better than me because you do dry January. Stop pretending
Is
like
that a
you
real
are.
thing?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
That's because you're not an alcoholic.
I mean, you're not either.
Thank you.
Don't put that into the atmosphere about yourself.
No, a lot of people like to start off the year with the alcohol cleanse.
Oh.
A lot of people were sober curious, trying it out.
So, okay.
But January is like a popular month. Dry January means no alcohol.
Oh, cool.
Starting January 1.
Like for the whole year or just for January?
Just for January.
Okay.
Have I ever personally tried it?
I was going to say,
Absolutely
what's
not.
in your cup right now?
Liquor.
Right.
I work in healthcare. It's not feasible, I don't think.
I mean, liquor for people who work in healthcare is like coffee.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
but not on the job, though. Or before the job, but definitely after work.
Dry
Absolutely.
January is like partial vegan. It's like a membership. People want to some people want to talk about it all the time. My dry January. Some people just sit back, relax, don't drink, don't talk about it.
Oh, yeah, no, I've never heard
Other
of that.
people, it's your personality for the month. Keep it to yourself. That's where the real work happens.
So it's like a liquor Lent.
Yeah, it's like a liquor Lent.
Okay.
You Lent liquor.
Cutie queen. Anyway.
So yeah.
I'll tell you, well, I mean, congratulations. Well, you haven't started, so never mind.
I won't be starting it. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
My mother would love for me to do it.
But you're not. I mean,
You'd probably
it's
lose a bunch of weight.
It's great content for the podcast, so I need you a little bit tipsy.
Yeah,
Just a
truly.
tad
Honestly, at this point,
I'm your pusher, just a little bit.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, ready to get on into it?
Yep. Yes.
All right, so first thing we want to talk about, we're going to actually start off a little bit in the Rehab Corner today because the news has been buzzing all around the United States, I'm quite sure even globally, about this particular incident that happened last Monday. We had already wrapped and recorded our episode.
Typical. Everything happens on Mondays.
It's crazy. So I was actually in the gym when this happens, but NFL player, there was a game that was happening between the Cincinnati Bengals as well as the Buffalo Bills. And during the first quarter, I think it was they were only about 6-7 minutes into the game. And Damar Hamlin tackled, what was his name? T. Higgins. And he tackled him, got up. All of a sudden, he just dropped, had a cardiac arrest on the field. The staff jumped in, did CPR. He was taken to the hospital, the nearest hospiel. And they were able to resuscitate him.
They did like 5 commercial breaks.
I
was like, just call it.
Yeah, I was like, we were trying to hear from the NFL and see what they're going to do and da-da-da-da. So basically what ended up happening was this 24-year-old ended up having a cardiac arrest on the field. Like I said, they resuscitated him in front of all the players, all the staff that was there, all the fans,
the
crowd as well too. And people were just saying, prayers up to him and all that good kind of stuff. Thankfully, thank glory to God, he was able to kind of come out of that successfully. He was on a breathing tube. He was intubated, which most people are for, when they have heart attacks. And it was confirmed that he ended up having, again, a cardiac arrest. And so it was a very different, I think, view for those of us who work in healthcare versus those who don't work in healthcare. And I've never seen that before. I think there was a lot of people that were really, CPR obviously is very traumatizing if people haven't seen it before, but I just find it interesting that we as healthcare professionals are so morbid because we're like, see CPR all the time.
That's when my game began, was seeing that shit. I was like, ooh, I hope you keep pumping on his chest.
Well, the thing is, when I was at the gym, I just saw because I was in the middle of a set, so I didn't see the actual initial hit. I just saw it when they were just like, oh, everybody's crowding around. And I was like, what the hell's going on? So of course I go to TikTok and I type in Damar Hamlin injury because I'm like, oh, like what the fuck is going on? Like maybe it's his leg or some shit like that. And when I saw him jump up and his body just did that,
I was like, oh,
I was like, oh, that's a cardiac arrest. And I'm like, because I've seen it so many times in the hospital. I've had patients to code on me and go into cardiac arrest.
That's when your body says absolutely not.
Yeah, it just does a complete reset and power down. So it was, I know it was probably very traumatic for other people, again, non-healthcare professionals to see it. But for us who work in healthcare, we were like, yeah, we kind of know what this is.
It didn't weird me out or freak me out or anything until I saw the players start freaking out, and then I was like, oh shit, like,
because they were like crying and stuff.
I was like, oh no, this is because we're so used to, it is weird seeing someone have a heart attack not in the hospital, because to me, I'm used to seeing you in the specific setting, right? But you see it, not a big deal. But when I see other people reacting to it, I'm like,
it becomes
oh
visceral.
shit, yeah, like this is crazy. People don't ever see that.
Yeah. I think what was interesting was that they kept calling it like aggressive CPR, and I'm like,
that is
no,
CPR.
that's normal. That's normal CPR. Like we have to do our annual CPR like every 2 years and get that updated as healthcare professionals. All healthcare professionals have to do it and should do it. I think everybody everywhere in the whole entire world should learn CPR, but every time we have to do it, we have to practice on these dummies. And when you're doing your CPR,
God.
First of all, your wrists are hurting, your back is hurting, you're sweating your ass off because you literally have to go a certain particular depth in order to restart the heart. And
2.5 inches.
Keep pumping the heart. And the thing is, the simulation that we do for CPR at work, it tells you, oh, it's not deep enough. You need to go deeper. That's what she said. Anyway, I just wanted to get it out of the way. But just saying. And then we have to do the babies as well too. So we have to do it for adults and babies, and sometimes too, like again, doing CPR is a very it's a very tiring task, but there's no such thing as aggressive piece.
Do you remember they used to call that big ass motherfucker in CVICU when when someone coded and they needed they would call this big dude just to start pumping on it, because the whole part of pumping on the heart is to circulate blood back to the brain, to the whole body, especially to the brain, because you don't want the brain to not have oxygen or to not have blood.
Yeah, 6 minutes and you're done.
So you just need, and I've seen some crazy.
Let me tell you something. There are certain people that when you work with them in healthcare, it's like, God forbid anything ever happens to me, I want them to do CPR. Now, all of my ribs will be broken. However, it doesn't matter. I will be alive. This one particular nurse practitioner, baby, Dr. Bailey, who we call Dr. Bailey at your hospital, please let her do CPR, because she gonna get your heart pumping. That's all.
You see some of these wimpy, especially the new nurses, the nursing students, when they're like, and they're like, switch out. No.
Any nurse who's Filipino, let them do CPR on you, because trust me, they're small, but they will crack your fucking ribs. They really will, and you will be alive. Just
So thank God he's okay.
Yeah, I did want to give. First of all, I wanted to condemn people who were trying to blame T. Higgins, who was the other.
The person who he tackled.
From the Bengals. And people were trying to blame him for it and all this bullshit. I did see that he gave a press conference, or people were asking him, the media was asking him, and he was saying that he talked to Damar Hamlin's mom, and that she basically said, this is not your fault. We do not blame you at all. This is regular football. Yeah. Nobody could have predicted that this would have happened. I mean, to me, it was a very clean hit, honestly. And for people to be blaming him and making him feel bad about, having an interaction with Damar is completely disgusting. I mean, the man, I'm quite sure he probably already felt bad enough.
Just don't expect... I mean, as much quote unquote harm as you try to inflict on someone during football, you're never trying to end their life.
No, it's never that serious. Absolutely not.
But all the drama came from a tweet from Skip Bayless.
Piece of shit. This is probably the only time I agree with Charles Barkley. I hate Skip Bayless too. Screw Skip Bayless. Take him off TV altogether. He's an idiot. Fucking, is he even an athlete? Did he even play a sport?
No. A, he's from Oklahoma. You know loser. How I feel. B, all he is the commentator, writer, quote unquote.
Talking loud and ain't saying nothing.
Columnist.
Raggedy ass.
When all this was happening, mind you, this is like pretty important game, right?
Nothing is more important than life.
That is true. I'm just saying, this is like, we're getting closer to the Super Bowl.
Folks.
Yada, yada. This is not a sports podcast. This is not what you came here for.
Definitely
not. You're here for the tea.
Yeah.
Skip Bayless tweeted, "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant." Sir, this man died on the field. They're actively trying to bring him back to life. Cool your jets. You didn't even have to tweet it. You could have just shut the fuck up.
He really could have. Because I don't think because of his white privilege, I really don't think he clearly doesn't understand his ignorance too. He doesn't understand the depth of what people just saw. For those of us who work in healthcare, a cardiac arrest, you die. Okay, your heart literally stops pumping. That's never supposed to happen unless you're on bypass. Okay, you have some type of backup, right? You're in surgery, or you're dead. You're going to meet Jesus, right? So the fact that he brought this up and making it seem as though, like, really not reading the room. This man's, like, his coworkers saw him die. His family in the stands saw him die. Millions of people across the world and thousands of people in those stands saw this man die in real time. And you're talking about, why would we cancel the game? It's important. Just keep playing.
100% would be like if you were at work, someone dropped dead, and someone who isn't even in your unit comes around and is like, so y'all aren't going to go back to work.
Remember that one nurse we had that was a former coworker? She was, she literally had a cardiac arrest in the damn parking lot.
Yep.
She was walking into work and had a heart, like she legit had a cardiac arrest.
Because this place is toxic.
It's very true. But, I mean, you're literally going to work and you die. You're at work and you're on national TV. You can look it up. People keep replaying this shit over and over and over again. First of all, the thing I don't think that Skip Bayless understands is how racially motivated his response was.
100% when he said that is exactly what it's very much giving master slave. It's very much giving we profit off of these bodies. They're just bodies. They're just numbers. We have more of them. Get them on the field. I
was watching Emancipation, the movie that recently came out that on Apple TV with Will Smith, and he was... It was a scene in the movie where, because it's a period piece, and there was a scene in the movie where he was basically working in this particular field, and this man dropped dead of exhaustion, just in the heat, no water breaks, all that kind of stuff, right? It's the enslaved days. And literally, the master tells Will Smith, get him out of here, and it's him and another guy. So they're dragging his lifeless body and literally throws this man in a pit full of other enslaved men who have already dropped dead, and they continue to light this pit on fire. That's literally what Skip Bayless is saying. Like, who gives a fuck about this man's body laying here? Get back to football. I mean, we already talk about how the NFL is a modern day slave auction block. You know, lift up your balls. Let's see how fast you run. Let's see how strong you are. Let's see you sprint. Let's see you high jump. Are. Exactly. And the fact that you would say something like that and now you're surprised at the backlash.
Oh yeah, we didn't even say a follow tweet. And I know a lot of people out there are gonna be like, this is not racially motivated. I want you to know, if this was Joe Burrow, this would not even
Tom
be an
Brady.
Ish. Are you kidding me? The game would have been lights out right there.
Exactly.
Everything full stop, and he would just been getting thoughts and prayers, all of this shit.
Exactly.
Skip Bayless did a follow tweet. These are always my favorite
because they always are worse.
Because they're always worse. Nothing is more important than that young man's health.
Oh please, bullshit.
That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if that was misunderstood, but his health is all that matters. Again, everything else is irrelevant. I prayed for him and will continue to. No.
Where in that tweet did you say anything about his life is more important than the game?
No, you said, wow, this game is really important. Are they not going to do it? That's so crazy. I mean, surely this is irrelevant now, right?
Exactly.
If it was, why would you say, like, why did you have to say any of
that? That was a PR stunt to try to save your little raggedy ass career because Shannon Sharp didn't come into work because you knew you would have cussed your bitch ass out.
When Shannon Sharp
returned. Oh, Lord Jesus.
My God. If you have not watched Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, it's so good. This man looked like he was about to bust out of his suit.
Even at one point, Shannon was just like, Skip, every time I get ready to try to do my monologue, you want to cut me off. He was like, you know what, Jen, go ahead, I'm done. Because you could tell he felt the rage coming up at him. He was like, not even worth it.
I need to take the Twitter away of everyone over like 50 years old.
First of all, read the room, and you can tell that Skip Bayless is not an athlete and has probably never been an athlete and never even played a game of anything other than probably a fucking card game. Because again, when you go through the trenches with these are coworkers who you're literally battling with on a field. Yes, football is just a game, but they developed a brotherhood. Athletes developed a sisterhood. Their family, these people hang out with each other. You know, their families become intertwined. And when you see one of yourselves on a ground and somebody is literally pumping and pushing on your chest, breaking your fucking ribs, you think that, oh, it's not really that traumatic. Just keep on going.
Also, how do you think I'm going to play after that?
Thank you. I'm going to be scared shitless. Like, what if it happens to me?
Just we're going to play touch football after that.
Flag football.
No, nothing is worth it. Are you kidding me?
It's crazy. I do want to give a shout out, though, to because we are, I am a physical therapist. Obviously, Fowler is a... That's crazy. For those who are new to our podcast, I'm a physical therapist. Fowler is an occupational therapist. And I want to give recognition, number one, to the Buffalo Bills training staff. The main person who did actually the CPR, who started the CPR CPR was Denny Kellington, who was an assistant and athletic trainer. There's also another young man named Nate Bresky. I think that's how you say his name. He's the head athletic trainer. There was also Joe Micka, who is the rehabilitation coordinator. He's a physical therapist, as well as Tabani Richards, who was an assistant athletic trainer. I think it was so timely and so important for these men to get to that field very quickly because
CPR saves lives.
It does. It really does.
And quality CPR literally is make or break.
Yeah.
There's such a big difference between the people who can receive good CPR, within minutes and those who don't. Oh, it's insane.
I personally feel like in order to renew like your license or like your tag for your car, I think every person in the entire world, those without disability, obviously if it hinders your ability to be able to perform CPR, should be required in order to renew your regular like driver's license or your car or whatever, your tag. You should have to learn CPR. I mean, even for parents, when my sister was pregnant with my nephew, she went to a CPR and my brother-in-law went to a CPR class. And I think it's so beneficial for everybody to learn CPR because like you said, you never know when you're going to need it. You can be in a store or something like that. I do think the flip side to it though, unfortunately, I think some people who are hesitant to learn it because some people are really crazy and they will sue Good Samaritans for breaking their ribs. Even though they saved their lives, but
like The Incredibles.
What?
Do you remember that?
No.
When that guy's jumping off the building.
I've never seen that before.
You've never seen The Incredibles?
I keep falling asleep on it. I've only seen like
It's such a good sleepy time movie. I understand that.
I keep sleeping on it, but it's like what's the thing called? Avatar. Can't let me finish it.
There's part where this guy's jumping off a building, which is kind of really morbid to have in a children's movie, but he's jumping off a building. Mr. Incredible saves him, but he like breaks his neck in the fall. And so he sues him and he's like, I saved your life. And he's like, you ruined my day.
Oh, Jesus. I cannot.
Anyway.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. What were you telling me about Donovan Mitchell, speaking of sports and athletes?
Oh my gosh. So this guy plays for the Cavs. No one really cares. He ended up scoring the most points in a game besides LeBron James, like in 2006, which is crazy because LeBron's LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Day after he scores all these points, drug tested.
Really?
We can't have anything nice.
Jesus.
Which, like, to me, I try to think, like, would you drug test someone just because they performed really well? Or is that, like, inherently racist?
I think it's racist because nobody did that to Jeremy Lin when Linsanity was going on.
Linsanity was a big thing.
I mean, he came off the bench scoring all kind of crazy points and shit. And where's Jeremy Lin now?
Where is Jeremy
Probably
Lin
at the
now?
house. I'm quite sure he probably got cut from the team. Did they drug test him? No. No, they did not.
I forgot about Linsanity.
First of all, we already know black people in general are just better athletes. We're stronger, faster, can jump higher. I mean, that's a scientific fact. Let's stop with the bullshit. I know I don't have the article to back it up, but I know it, damn it. Y'all know it too. White men can't jump. A tail. I mean, accurate movie.
I never seen that.
You've never seen that?
No, but it has Woody Harrelson in it, right?
Yeah, and Wesley Snipes. And Rosie Perez is in there too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She plays Woody Harrelson's girlfriend.
Huh. Yeah, but the NBA drug tested him. So.
That's bullshit. Did it come back negative?
Did I say LeBron James? I meant Kobe Bryant.
What?
Scored the most points.
Oh, yeah, Kobe Bryant. Yeah.
You know.
I can't remember what you said.
Basketball stars.
Darren will
and
cut
all
it,
that.
don't worry.
Yeah, Darren will cut it.
That's insane.
How many? 71 points. Jesus. I can't even count.
I mean, if your team sucks, your team sucks. I mean, goddamn, what else you want me to... Stop passing him the ball.
Yeah, so a lot is happening on Twitter. He's the one who went to Twitter.
Yeah.
And tweeted about it. But supposedly, it's a typical drug testing policy for players.
Did they score over a certain amount?
I mean, they're probably saying it was a randomized drug test and it was just his time.
Oh, please. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll definitely say that to try to not seem racist and shit. Oh, Lord Jesus.
And he didn't score more than Kobe Bryant.
He didn't? How much did Kobe Bryant score?
He scored the most points in a game since Kobe Bryant.
Oh, how many did Kobe Bryant
Kobe
do?
scored 81.
In a single game playing for the Lakers? God damn. That's horrible.
So I completely butchered that story, but
That's
that is what
fine.
happened, and it's still racist.
You don't come here for the facts. You come here for the entertainment, okay?
If you're here for the facts, you're at the wrong
You're the
place.
wrong podcast. We are here to entertain you. That's why we give a disclaimer at the beginning of our podcast.
Boom, baby.
We're here to educate and inform with entertainment.
Yeah.
That is it. We
Anyway.
are not journalists, but yeah.
Yeah,
Well, what were you telling me
journalism's
about?
dead.
That's very true. Well, kind of on the backs of the Damar Hamlin situation, You were telling me, I did see in the news earlier that Tristan Thompson's mom unfortunately passed away due to allegedly a heart attack.
Heart issues.
But you were telling me some other stuff that was going on behind the scenes with those people that you keep talking about.
Because we're taking a moment. That is very sad.
Yeah.
That Tristan's mother passed away.
Absolutely.
True's grandma.
Right.
Okay.
Ooh.
What I don't like is the Kardashian brigade using everything they fucking can for publicity, for clout, to spin a story. It's very much giving. Do you remember when Kanye's mom died and Kim was at the funeral?
No.
No. Okay, you don't. But they had these like crystal clear, beautiful paparazzi shots of her. And I just don't think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Taking pictures of people at that time, whatever.
Right.
So there's these pictures that came out. And I don't know if you know, there's like Backgrid and all these websites where they post like paparazzi pictures of celebrities. And you can very easily tell when there's like a true paparazzi picture where like, you'll see them all the time of those sisters that we don't need to talk about, where they're like in very unflattering angles and they're not wearing cute clothes. They don't have any makeup on. And those are like the true paparazzi shots. And then like the next week you'll get the same celebrities, but it's like full outfit, nice angles, like they've been hand selected because they have deals with these editorials and stuff saying like put out these pictures. So all that to say, there's these pictures that come out right after Tristan's mom passes away of Tristan and Khloe exiting a private jet. All the pictures of Tristan are super blurry, grainy, right? He's stepping off the plane. Then Khloe's coming off the plane. Same thing, except for like her face is super smoothed out. One would say almost allegedly face tuned. There's parts of the plane that are smoothed out. And I'm just like, these were like, they're smoothed by the people who took them. Why would you smooth that out unless you were prompted to smooth those things out by the people you took the pictures of?
And it's not about you. He just lost his mother.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I get it, you want a shot, but I think we as a society just, oh, Jesus, Lord. Why are we so heartless?
Doesn't sit well with my soul, that situation.
That's just, I mean, what does Tristan's mom passing have to do with Khloe?
Not a thing. But it just very much felt like, oh, here's a way to make it seem like Khloe's standing by this person who's done all these things to her.
That's her children's grandmother.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Then if she didn't show up or say anything, y'all be like, this old raggedy bitch. How she ain't gonna say nothing by his mother's death? Like, people do that all the time. People who hate their in-laws or whatever. But I mean, it's still sad to lose a parent. I mean, I don't personally like Tristan Thompson. He ain't did shit to me. But to lose a parent is traumatic. Like, that's life altering, and it's sad.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I can't believe people do stupid shit like that.
Yeah, and then all the outlets now. Oh, and then right after that, everyone like I saw a bunch of stuff that was like, oh, Travis and Kylie are over. I'm like, no one cares.
No one cares.
I would like to see that baby though.
I could not.
And know the name.
Wolf or something that she changed.
Ex-Wolf was Wolf, now is who knows.
Wow.
Baby Webster.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, that's what's going on over in the Kardashian camp right now.
Well, I'll tell you what else is going on in some camps. Dissension, okay, in the Republican Party. This past week, I don't know if it's because I'm a real adult now or because it's social media is around that now that's the only reason why we know. I have never been this informed about what's been going on in Congress than I have the last 4 years.
It's like Veep.
It's the fact that I know who like the Speaker of the House is. I'm not saying you're not supposed to know this stuff because you are, but I'm just saying like the press house secretary. Why do we know who these people are? I've never, when Clinton was in office, never knew who it was.
Why do you know
Bush was in office,
intricate
never
things
knew
about that? You know what I love though about social media is that everyone loves to just like rip these people's like image apart.
Yes.
And I don't know why that's just so humanizing to me.
Because it shows you on a grand scheme of things that these people are just as idiots as your supervisors.
Everybody shits.
Right. So this week there was this voting that was going on in Congress with the House and trying to find the Speaker of the House and sweet Lamb of God. And what was his name? McCarthy. What what's the man's
Melissa
damn
McCarthy.
name? Not Melissa McCarthy. Whatever the fucking man's name is. And you would think I would know because he literally lost his election like 14 times, or his vote. They had to get 218 votes, and they voted like 14, 15 times, and he lost every single time. The Democratic Party was in unison the entire time. Yeah. We vote for Jeffries. He got his same votes the whole time. But I was just like, why the hell are we knowing about this bullshit?
The pictures, the videos that I saw coming out of that, I was like, this looks like a student council runoff. This looks like a high school election.
Yeah.
There were fights. There were arguments. There were people reading books.
It was crazy. Kevin McCarthy. That's his name.
McCarthy.
I was like,
what a time to be in politics.
And he's just like, with hard work and dedication. Sir, you lost your vote 15 times. Like they clearly told you they did not, your own party didn't back you up and said no. And then the one Senator Gates was like, I vote for President Trump. I was like, you think this is a fucking game?
Harambe's on the ballot, I'm sure.
They put Kanye up there. What the fuck?
Do not vote for Kanye.
Don't vote for Kanye. Please don't. But yeah, I've never known this much about politics. And I don't know, like I said, if it's because I'm an adult now and this stuff affects me.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that we've never had, we have, but never more than now have we had access to
this information.
The way we do. And also, you're getting older. Yeah, you care about.
Because I couldn't tell you who the Speaker of the House was when Obama was in office.
I can't tell you what they do.
Was it the guy with the crazy face who always used to look mean? Was that the guy?
I was in eighth grade,
and I only know that because when he was leaving, they were doing like these parody videos with Joe Biden with his aviator glasses. That's about it. But when Bill Clinton was in office, I can't tell you who the press house secretary was. When Bush was in office, don't know.
I remember about that time was that
I miss Jen Psaki though. She's great.
Who?
Jen Psaki, redhead. Or she's ginger. She's not redhead. Or is it ginger same thing as redhead?
Yeah. I think maybe is ginger like a derogatory term for someone with red hair?
I don't think so.
Any
I don't know. You tell us that. If it is, I apologize if it's not a
slur.
Correct. Yeah, if it's not a slur. I think ginger is a
phenotypical slur.
I don't think it is. Please, if you're ginger, let us know.
We'd love to know. I am not the politics girl. I hate politics. I don't like it. It makes me feel icky. I don't understand why we can't just all agree to disagree and find something, to consensus about.
What were you telling me about Don Bayer?
My little congressman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're talking about politics, so we can get off politics.
The only thing I do love about politics is a heartwarming story.
Okay.
So let me tell you about it.
Please do.
This guy is the congressman from Virginia's VA, right?
Yeah.
Again, I did go to school. I do have multiple degrees. There's some things that I'm not good at.
Listen, you and me both.
Time telling, states.
Yeah.
But he's 72 years old, and he went back to college to get a degree in artificial intelligence. That way he's more informed. So when this technology keeps coming out, he can give his legislation based on the technology. So he's not just like some old guy trying to make rules about stuff he doesn't know about.
But why AI?
Because of all the, no one knows. There's so much artificial intelligence and everyone thinks it's going to seamlessly blend into our lives, but no one knows
how it's going to really affect.
Kind of like how, did you read, probably, I don't know. There was this thing that came out probably like either last year, maybe the year before, about how they're using basically like tracking software on everyone to be able to, in a couple of years, they'll be able to effectively predict your movements, like in the future, what you will do. Mm-hmm. And kind of like Minority Report. Have you seen that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically like we will have Minority Report because they'll be able to track every single keystroke you make, everything you look up, your patterns, where your phone's pinging, all of this stuff to be able to say what you will do. So the question becomes like, if you have not committed a crime, but there's like, say there's an 89% chance that you will on this day at this time.
Yeah.
Does the government have the right to step in and stop that crime if you haven't committed it yet?
What the fuck? We're humans.
Isn't that crazy?
That is like, But Google does that now, where they're like, you get in your car and like you pull up your map and they're like, hey, are you headed to this place?
Right,
And you're like, whoa,
right.
turn this shit off.
So the thing is, like, if we can say that we have, you know, even like an 82% certainty that there will be a mass shooting on this day at this time by this person, do they have the right to take any legal action against you, even though you haven't committed that crime? But there's so much certainty that you will. This
is the apocalypse.
Isn't that?
This is why I've been training.
So that's why there's no legislation on that. There's no law on that, because if you haven't committed, if there's no crime, you know.
This seems like a sweet story, but I bet you he's trying to be one of the first ones to pass a law.
Doing some weird shit.
Don't trust. He's a boomer.
I don't either, but I just think, like, you know, it is nice that he's at least trying.
Yeah, it's kind of like The Intern. With Robert De Niro,
I just feel like we have all these older people sitting up there who just want things to stay the way they are and refuse to accept the fact that nothing is like it was even 5 years ago. Yeah. Everything's moving so fast. So it's nice to see someone at least taking that. But yeah.
I mean, I think one could argue if you have to go back to school to keep up with the times, it's time for you to step down in Congress. But I also do agree that we do need some boomers, progressive boomers like him, who are trying, like you said, trying to maintain with the times to stay there, because we still do need people who understand the way that the world once was. Like, you need a few generations kind of mixed together in Congress.
Right.
But you still need to have more younger progressive people than you do older people.
Yeah, a spread.
Yeah, but more of a thick spread toward the youngers, because they're going to last longer.
Some thickies.
Some thickies, you know?
Do you like crunchy peanut butter or smooth?
Hell no, smooth. You like crunchy, don't you?
I don't.
It's your white side.
I don't buy crunchy, but I do like crunchy. I'll eat it.
I feel like white people. I know we get into race a lot, but I think
this has become a very
I think white people, because most people, and the reason why I said it is because in my personal life, and because I've had this conversation more than once, honestly, about crunchy peanut butter. More of my white comrades, co-workers and such, associates, have always said that they prefer
I don't know what it is, but
butter.
I'll eat a crunchy peanut butter.
You know what I think it is? You know, I think it is. I think because like a lot of black people in my personal life, we all grew up with our grandmas on like government peanut butter, and it didn't have no crunch in it. So it had like an inch of oil on the top, and you had to spread that shit around, or else it would tear the fuck out of your bread. Or you had to put it in the microwave to soften it up a little bit.
Microwave?
Yeah, government peanut butter. Have you ever had government peanut butter before?
What is government peanut butter?
Okay, so government used to give out like peanut butter, milk, cheese, shit like that. But it was before like, it was considered welfare, but like not WIC? Really. It was like, kind of, sort of, but it was like after the Great Depression and shit, when the government would give you certain things, like certain staple foods or whatever. Yeah. And so my grandmother used to have this huge white tub, and it had like black writing on it. But when you and it lasted forever. I don't think it ever expired. But when you opened it, the oil literally would be this thick at the top. So you had to stir it every single time. But it was so hard that if you tried to put that peanut butter on your bread by itself, it will tear your entire bread. So you had to put the peanut butter like in the microwave for a little bit just to kind of get it hot.
I'm a Jif girl myself.
I like Jif too. I didn't have it in my personal household. It was at my grandma's house. My grandma was born in 1924. That's all I'm saying.
Great year for peanut butter.
Exactly.
Okay, that was I just needed to know. That's a personal question.
Yeah, so I'm definitely a creamy peanut butter girl.
Creamy girl.
Texture, you know I'm a texture.
Yeah,
girl.
that's true.
Speaking of texture, let's talk about this. So on social media, I don't know if y'all have heard about it. Y'all may have heard the brand Mielle. That has been going on, which is a black-owned hair care product line and brand.
Good shit.
Great. They have moisturizers, shampoos, conditioners.
Their leave-in conditioner is top tier.
So they have this one particular item that a lot of Caucasians have been using the past couple of weeks, and they've been doing reviews on it. And while they've been using this product, the problem is for African-American women who use this as a staple, their hair oil, their rosemary hair oil has been selling out. So I personally actually use Mielle. So it looks like this. I'll try to zoom in on it, but looks like this.
Oh yeah, you need to do
put the little hand behind there. Yeah, so
it looks
like this.
So I use it too. I love it. It's so good.
Basically, Mielle is their rosemary, mint, scalp, and hair strengthening oil. And you can use this daily because I have locks. I use this all the time when I get my braids. I put them in there all the time before I lock my hair, blah, blah, blah. And so a lot of white women have been using this product, but they're using it incorrectly because they're washing it out. And they're like, oh, it's making my hair hard. It's making my hair fall out. And I think one of the biggest arguments on social media has been, again, white privilege. Because if you go into a regular Target, right, run-of-the-mill Target or run-of-the-mill Walmart, there are 2 to 3 aisles worth of hair care products that are geared toward white women's hair. And then you go to the ethnic aisle, and our aisle is either this big or like half a shelf. And it never has everything that you need because you end up having to go to a hair store. It has
gotten better in the past literal year.
Yeah.
Still not great at all.
No. And in E2s, in some areas that you go into, some Walmarts, they actually have them locked behind a glass screen.
Really?
Yes, they do.
I like now at Target, it says like textured hair. And I'm like, oh, that's fun. You just said black girls, but okay.
Just say ethnic. Just we know it's for us, and
just say for the kinkies.
Yeah. So people have been really in an uproar over these drops because they can't find them anywhere. I still have half a bottle left, so I'm kind of good. But I understand people's plight. Do you use Mielle?
Yes, I do.
You use these drops?
Yeah, I use those drops.
Yeah,
I love them.
And then too, the prices apparently increased by like $3.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah, because this was normally like I think $11. Yeah. But it lasts you such a long time because you don't really have to use a whole lot. But yeah, they said that the prices increased by like $3 and nobody can find it anywhere.
Y'all keep driving the freaking price up.
Well, it's not black women. It's white women who are getting this product and they're reviewing it. And it's just a fad
for you.
Exactly. Versus for us.
We don't have anything. Let us keep it.
Exactly. So let me ask you this question. Since you are mixed, right? You're half black, half white.
Yeah.
Do you use, for your hair, do you use more products geared toward white women or more products used toward black women? Or do you use a mixture of both?
Depends on the day.
Okay.
No,
So your hair is straight right now. What products did you use to straighten your hair?
So I went to the dry bar
to
do this. So, because I looked at my hair and I was like, there's no way. I was so tired.
Okay.
I can't do it.
There's no problem with that.
I use half and half, I would say. Like I use a lot of that.
Mielle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Aunt Jessie's, Miss Jessie's, Aunt Carol's. Mm-hmm. Anything at Target in the textured aisle, I've used it, but I also use like stuff from Sephora.
Gotcha.
But my hair is like cotton candy. Like it can't handle
too
heavy stuff. Yeah.
See, and because I'm on the other side of the spectrum, give me Blue Magic, give me, Dax. That's old school. Hair wax, all that kind of stuff. Grease, hair food, that stuff does great wonders for my hair.
Yeah.
But you know what, too? I think a lot of people are, I think another reason why people really don't like this trend that's going on and have a lot of problems with it is because, again, we already don't have enough supply for black women. Number two, when it sells out, I think it's great for business for Mielle. Mm-hmm. The problem is that what tends to happen is, as a black hair care product gets groundswell, they usually end up selling it off. And when they sell it off, they sell it to these white people and they change the ingredients and the formula, and it no longer works for us. And so now you've sold out a product that was made for us, by us. But then again, in business, that is the goal, to have somebody come in and buy your whole business, right? And you be able to just retire and do whatever. But the detriment to the black hair community is just like, well, damn, like we found a staple product that works, and now y'all just coming over here getting our shit. Go make something for your own hair.
And while we're on the topic, something has never sat right with me about the people who buy the darker skin foundations to contour, or the darker skin concealers to contour, and then there's no darker skin tones for the darker people.
Yeah.
And
they already struggle because they're like their lowest, most companies' lowest shade is like my complexion, and I'm like, Alec Wet can't wear what I wear.
Yeah.
And her skin is beautiful, and she deserves to have foundation and makeup that complements her skin and for her skin tone.
The same thing with oversized clothes. Oversized got really popular. All these girls who they fit into a small are wearing large, extra large because they want it oversized. So now all the people who wear large, extra large are screwed because there's no clothes for them.
Yeah. I hated that trend. And not because I'm a plus size woman, I just hate it. Well, I know I did hate it because if I'm looking for, I used to be able to wear an extra large. I'm fat now, so I wear a 1X. But anyway, neither here nor there. But when I'm looking
that's not what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, it's none of your business. But even though I told my own business, but anyway, when I go into the store, especially too, like when like Tabitha Brown, right?
Yeah. So
Tabitha Brown has this new collection in Target, and she had like her clothes and stuff like that. And I go in there and I see all the 1Xs is gone. I'm like, you bitches. And some people are just like, well, I just wanted it, so I just got an extra large. I can just turn it into this and this and that. And it's like, no, that's not for you. Like, go order something else, you loser.
I know. But yeah, now all that stuff is going to be sold out, the Mielle.
Yeah, so a lot of black women are pissed. I can definitely see it.
That's definitely understandable. We have there's nothing for us, and now people who have rows and rows and rows of shit to choose from are choosing the good shit from the textured hair aisle.
It just continues to perpetuate. Stop trying to be like us. God damn. Y'all got, first of all, oil doesn't go into your hair, and it's not made for your hair anyway, for white women. Like, most white women cannot take any kind of, first of all, y'all wash your hair every single day. If I did that, my hair will fall out.
I've been having this fight with my mother. I'm like, stop washing your hair every single day.
Your mom washes her hair every day?
Yeah, but it gets so oily. I'm like, it's only getting oily because you're washing it every day.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I washed my hair yesterday for the first time since December 17th. So.
When was the last time I washed my hair? It is now January 8th. I washed my hair probably like December 2nd.
See?
Because with locks, you don't have to wash your hair as much. And I don't use dry shampoo or anything like that. I mean, now that I go to the gym more, I may wash my hair like once every 3 weeks. But even before I locked my hair, I would only wash my hair like once a month, once every 2 months. Yeah. And when I have braids in my hair, I'm washing my hair when those braids come out.
I should have definitely washed my hair, but it just wasn't in the cards for me. I love dry shampoo.
I never use dry. I mean, I don't.
The girl who used to do my hair and your hair would always be like, "So
Caprice." We calling you out, Caprice. I know you listen to this podcast. So I know. Please come back to San Antonio.
I used to use dry shampoo, and she goes, "Oh, we're doing that," and I was like, "Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I'm not washing this fucking hair."
Yeah, no, So for all you white women out there, we appreciate you for wanting to use the stuff for black people, but please stop. It's not helping. It's only hurting us, and it's hurting the business of other people as well too. Again, Mielle, get your bag. I know y'all are happy, but just don't sell it off and don't change the formula to accommodate white women's hair, because that's not what it's for. Y'all got too many other products that y'all can use. Go use Aussie or Garnier Fructis or fucking Nexus or biotin or whatever. I don't know. Shit. Just don't stop using our shit.
I tried to use balayage one time.
What is that?
Or not balayage, but what is it called? Paul Mitchell. What the fuck is that called?
Anything with Paul Mitchell's not for black people.
I'm aware. What is it called?
I don't know.
Starts with a B. People are yelling at me. No, balayage is what you do to color your hair.
Belcalis.
Yep, that's what it was called.
Alcazar.
This is not.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
I know.
God, it's fine. Paul Mitchell
Olaplex.
I do love Olaplex.
I've never used it. Is that like universal?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bond rebuilder. Also, K19 is another one that's supposed to be really good. I haven't tried it. It's at Sephora.
I like AphoG. I think AphoG is for both black and white women hair.
Yes.
I love their protein treatment because my hair loves protein.
What the fuck is that called?
I don't know.
Paul Mitchell. That shit fucking stripped my hair.
Paul Mitchell stripped your hair?
Yeah.
Really?
Bad. Mm-hmm. Oh. Wasn't for me.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain brands, like Garnier used to work really great on my hair, but then as my hair got longer, it just started feeling very just like very stripping, and so I stopped using that. But then once I got to like Arby Organics, love that for my hair. Their protein shampoo and conditioner, great. But yeah, so just stop using black hair care.
I will say I started using The Way, has a clarifying shampoo.
Who?
The Way, Ouai.
Oh,
because I don't wash my hair. I wash my hair like twice a month maybe, and it just like gets all the shit out of your hair. I love it.
Well, see, I do that with Kinky Curly Not Today.
Oh yeah,
they have the clarifying shampoo. I love, and their the actual conditioner because it's a detangler. Love their detangler.
Yeah, no. Now I go see my guy Andres at the Dry Bar. Beautiful soul.
Is he black?
Angel hands. He is Hispanic. But this is what happened. I went to him. He laid the fuck out of my hair one time, and I was like, "Well," he's like, "Follow me on Instagram." When I tell you, he is braiding these bitches' hairs.
Really?
He is laying he is fucking installing wigs.
So is he doing like Dominican blowouts and shit?
I don't think so.
That shit hurt. I got that done twice. I'll never do it again.
Did you watch that TikTok of that girl who went home and got a Dominican blowout? And I was like, that shit looks like it fucking hurts.
Listen, it hurts. It hurt my head. I mean, my hair was laid. It didn't last very long just because I'm natural. But this is before I locked my hair. What were you telling me about Idaho? The update of Idaho.
Story. My God! If you have not been following along, he did this person's braids. I was just like, I didn't think you could do that. I also saw these. He does a lot of color. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I need to see him on some black hair because that's not.
I know, but this is what I was working
If
with.
you look at braids by Ray, there's a clear difference.
Well, I didn't want my hair braid. Well, yeah. Well, hello.
I'm just saying.
He's learning. He's doing the best that he can.
I think it's great.
Anyway, so sad.
Yeah.
If you have not been following along with the Idaho murders, have we talked about it? Yeah,
we did.
Okay, so the 4 college students that were murdered, the girls were in their home, and the boyfriend of one of the girls. No one knew what the hell it was or what was going on. They've been looking for the people. They finally made an arrest of this nasty, bushy motherfucker.
Creepy white dude.
Brian Coburn. That's what sounds right to me. No one cares. He's 28, which, like, I'm 28. Can you imagine if I murdered 4 people?
One of them better not be me.
It better not. But so they finally released the affidavit, right? Of course I had to read that shit.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
No.
Oh, man. The details. Insane. But this guy was stalking these girls.
Yeah.
He had been over to the house like 12 times, broke into the house.
Pinged the cell phone towers, too.
He's getting a doctorate in like criminal psychology or justice or something. Creepy ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
People are real weird. But you know what?
And I wonder if those girls had ever seen him before.
That's such a good question. I don't know, but it just proves my point. If someone wants to do something to you, they're going to do it. Live your life. Because who knew? Also, lock your doors. Also,
yeah, he came in through the sliding glass door of the apartment.
He just walked up in their shit.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is there's a lot of, right, because, you know, everyone thinks they have an opinion to everything, which I guess technically they do. But so what happened was there were 5 roommates. 5 of the girls? No, 2 upstairs and 2 down. 5 people in the house. Anyway, 2 of the roommates survived.
Yeah.
And they were at the house. And a lot of people are commenting saying like, oh, how, you know, I can't believe that they didn't do anything. Why did it take them so long? Why didn't they go and help them? One of the roommates came out and said that she had heard noises upstairs, but she didn't go because she didn't really know what was going on. And then she ended up opening her door and she saw the guy leaving and he saw her and he just kept going. And, you know, so everyone's like, why didn't you do something to, like, as if these girls don't feel bad enough.
Let somebody come in and kill you and stab you and kill your roommates and let's see how you react.
First of all, they live in a fucking frat house, essentially. There's noises all the time. There's loud noises and screams. People are drunk. You never know what's going on.
Yeah.
Second of all, these girls were 20-something years old, young. My almost 30-year-old roommate the other day heard a loud noise in our house and a door slam and was cuddled up in her bed like this, thinking like, oh shit, either Alyssa's mad or someone's coming to kill us. And you know what she did? Stay in her bed. Because sometimes when you hear something scary, you know what you do? Stay your ass in bed.
Absolutely. I mean, but to judge someone's fight or flight response is really disgusting. Like, it's so easy to say, well, I would have did this and I would have shut your bitch ass up. You wouldn't have did shit but got your ass killed just like the other people did. Shut up. Like, I hate people like that who try to, I would have did. Okay. I hope somebody puts you in that situation.
Like, you never think, like, do you think they ever thought that would happen to them?
No, because I mean, even for me being in college, like when I had, you know, my best friend and I, we had an apartment and also a townhome, and we always lock our doors. I remember when she first came off to college, she was just like, she would walk in the door and I'm like, bitch, lock my, I yell at you all the time when you come to my house and I'm like, bitch, lock the door. And you're like, you live in a great neighborhood. So you don't know who could have been watching me. That's true. You gotta keep aware of your surroundings.
I've listened to enough crazy true crime shit to know that they are just random, sick, psychopathic people. And when they see something they want, like, that's it for them.
Well, don't they say that most times when somebody is killed, it's not like a rage of passion. It's somebody has been stalking you for a while and you just didn't know.
Somebody has taken the time to sit there and watch you and see where you go and when you go and at what times and who's coming into your house. And
even if you change it up, they'll still find out.
Because they have nothing better to do. It's so crazy to think you're just living your life, but there's someone out there who's just watching you.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. I would be a perfect victim. I have no fucking sense of what's around me.
You don't at all.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be better about it.
Listen, I carry my piece everywhere.
I'd be a horrible victim. But you just be safe, be cautious. Stop fucking trolling people on the internet. These poor girls. I cannot imagine losing, like, A, some of my closest friends, B, in such a horrific and public way.
Yeah.
And then going on the internet and seeing people say that I should have done something else.
As if you had some kind of power.
Like
to
it's
do
my
something else.
oh god.
Yeah.
But lock your doors.
Please lock your doors and your windows too, please.
Did you see the Reddit article that he?
No, of course not.
Okay,
I didn't. I did a rabbit hole, but via TikTok.
Okay,
I didn't actually go read the manifesto
because people go crazy and like dive into other people's lives.
I just don't want to know why he thought to kill these girls, because I just feel like
I would
once you open up those gates, I just feel like that could spark some of your own, psyche, and I don't want to open those doors on me. No.
Like you don't want I
don't want those thoughts and stuff in my head. No.
Okay, so then we won't talk about it.
I mean, maybe some other people who like true crime.
Okay, great.
I mean, I like Snapped. That's cool.
Snapped is cool
because they don't deep dive all the way in.
See, I need to. Yeah, no, I'm a deep diver.
Snapped is at least reasons why they murdered somebody. This guy was just fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah, I think it was a power trip kind of thing. Like some people just think like narcissists think they can get away with shit.
Well, and the fact that he's getting a doctorate, or he was getting a doctorate in some kind of criminology kind of thing, he probably wanted to act out what he was learning.
Probably. So I can't find it, but he posted some kind of Reddit poll about like getting away with crimes and why people think they can get away with crimes and all of this weird shit.
He probably tried to see if he was going to get away with it.
I just like...
Some stuff you don't have to live out in order to prove.
Yeah.
Like there's some research and data you don't have to collect. And that's murdering people is one of those things you don't need to collect.
Oh my gosh.
Because now you're going to be somebody's bitch in prison.
Ooh. They're going to go for the death penalty. I bet you anything. Idaho,
but he's going to sit on death row for like 20 years.
Maybe, unless they expedite it. Because those girls were white and they were cute.
So if they were white and ugly, they would be like, nah, 20, I can't.
You heard it here first.
No. I'll tell you a first. Glad you said that. Awesome segue. Fisk University.
When I tell you.
Fisk University.
I have not felt like I felt watching them since I saw, you remember those girls who did the floor routine to, was it Whitney Houston?
Beyonce.
Same thing. That's how I felt watching this.
Yeah. Well, Fisk University, we kind of brought you all this story a few months ago about that they were the first HBCU to actually have a gymnastics team to compete on an NCAA level. And Fisk University actually just had their first competition, and they did absolutely amazing. And I just think it's just a beautiful thing that first of all, the fact that we're in 2022, 23-ish and still having a first, but I hope that this trickles down to every HBCU that they get a gymnastics team. But Fisk is definitely, they did. Beautiful black women just coming in and wrecking shop, all looking like Simone Biles.
Also, sorry.
No, you're fine.
You know how like just black bodies build muscle differently?
Yes. So
they just look so beautiful, powerful, like sprinting down that run to flip and shit. Oh, yeah. I could watch it all day.
I mean, the one young lady who like nailed her, what was the thing? Not the balance beam. What is it?
It's called a
horse.
It's not a pommel. It's a...
But they run real fast and they flip up. God damn it. Y'all know
what the hell is that called?
I can't remember.
It's not a mount. Vault. There you go.
Jesus, that went completely out of my head.
Why did this turn into a sports podcast?
For real. Today? So she nailed her landing. Oh, truly. My God.
My ankles hurt watching that.
Okay, here's the thing. From a PT standpoint, as much as I love gymnastics, I hate watching gymnastics because every time they come and pound, it's just like, you're a compound fracture waiting to happen.
That and CrossFit. Can't watch it.
I hate CrossFit. I hate triathlons. I just hate them.
CrossFit, when they do the cleans.
MMA fighting, I hate that shit too, especially when people start kicking, because I'm like, one blow to the tibia at the right area and it's going to break.
My thing is like the patas. Why are your feet bare for that?
You know? Oh, and there's like blood everywhere and shit. I wonder if they have to get STD tested before they go in there.
That's a good question. I would want to know if someone has HIV or something.
Yeah, I mean...
just to know.
Yeah, but would it make you fight differently?
No, but maybe I don't need to know, but I would like to know if they're like,
because if they're bloody and shit,
their blood, you know what I mean? I would like to know that their blood is not with some.
I would want to know more if you have MRSA than anything.
Ugh. Yeah,
just saying.
Can you get MRSA in your mouth, like your throat? Yeah, you can, right?
Yeah. You can get MRSA anywhere. Anywhere where there's an orifice. Yeah. Anywhere where there's an orifice.
Y'all gonna be fucked up if you think you're giving me staph. I'm not doing that.
You probably already have it. You work in healthcare.
In my nose for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
That's it.
I think every healthcare worker has MRSA in the nares.
My mom got MRSA in the nares.
Yeah.
And I was like, ew, gross. We were all sitting there. My uncle was like, you probably gave it to her.
Yeah, exactly. You work it. But the thing is, too, like, every time you go into a patient room and they have, like, their own contact precautions for MRSA in the nares or in the nose, and I'm just like, they were digging their boogers. Who the fuck cares? Why do we have to put on this hot ass gown for boogers? It's stupid.
The best is like you go to the room and there's a contact sign on the door. So you're like, fuck. So you start gowning up and you ask the nurse, like, hey, what are they on contact for? And they say, oh, MRSA the nares. And people are like, that's nothing. Exactly. In the hospital, that's nothing.
Or you're already in the patient room doing your evaluation and then they come and say, yeah, their test results just came back positive for MRSA. And you're like, great, I've already touched them. Listen, if you grocery shop and you touch a buggy or like a basket, you already have MRSA. So it's not everywhere. What were you talking about Cristiano Reynaldo?
I'll tell you right now.
As soon as you wake up.
Yeah. So Cristiano Reynaldo, what do you know about soccer? This is the most sporty podcast we've ever had in 110 episodes.
It's Damar Hamlin's fault.
I know. Love him.
I don't know anything about soccer other than Manchester United and Argentina just won the World Cup.
Great.
Perfect. The World Cup?
Yeah. Okay, so you're doing great. So Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe you've heard of him. He is like big time.
Okay.
Like the soccer player.
Didn't Pele just die?
Yeah. You know what?
He was old.
He was.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway.
Cristiano Ronaldo is leaving Europe to go play in Saudi Arabia. He's making like $75 million a year.
Guaranteed money.
Crazy money.
I need to get a soccer player.
Can you imagine?
Yes, I can. I'm manifesting it.
I'm imagining it right now.
Yes, I can.
So the thing is, Saudi Arabia, Middle East. Don't know if you know anything about the culture over there.
A little bit.
Yeah. So they have a law specifically banning couples from living together if they are not married. They are
no shacking in Saudi Arabia.
No shacking, and I don't know if you know this, but him and the mother of all of his children have never been married. So they are literally making an exemption to this law to allow this man to come over there and live and play soccer and make them all this money.
Would you live with your fiance before you got married?
Is he Cristiano Reynaldo, who allegedly is gay, and this lady's his beard?
No, he's just a regular old Bruce who you fell in love with, and y'all are getting married, but y'all are living. Would you live with your spouse before you get married?
I have always heard statistically your marriage is less likely to last if you live together before.
I have heard that same statistic.
You are married.
Yes, I've seen research on that.
Also, I know
research.
EBPs.
Yep.
I myself would stay over there a lot.
I would spend the nights.
I don't know if I lived there. I would need my own place. I need like a fail safe.
Yeah.
Crack the glass,
Yeah.
for in emergencies.
I mean, I personally don't like in the black culture, they call it shacking. And if you subscribe to Christianity, right, you shouldn't be shacking with your people. To me, I just don't. Shacking to me is not a big deal, right? I don't look at that and judge like you don't need to be living with your. Who gives a fuck? Do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't pay your bills. I don't care. For me personally, I just don't personally believe that. I'm gonna say it like this: you ain't gonna be living up in my house. I don't care if you are paying bills. If we're not married, you're not living with me. What you want to do outside of there, that's fine. Everybody else, I don't judge it or anything like that. I don't have a problem with it. But as for me and my house, you're not gonna come up here. Now, I will tell you this: we are gonna do spend the nights over here, and I'm gonna do spend the nights over at your place, okay? But until I have your last name, we're not sharing no space where you moving all your stuff into my house and I'm moving my stuff all into your house.
Yeah, no, I can. Yeah, I agree. My biggest fear is like, what if I move my stuff into I move my life with yours, and then you do some fuck shit.
Exactly, and then you're screwed.
And then I'm screwed
because that person is not legally tied to you. Yes, common law in some states, but let's be real, common law don't really protect shit. But at least if you're married, your assets are tied together. So you're gonna have to calm down, go to the other side of the house until these assets are untied.
Right. I know a lot of people who've done it and it works.
Yeah, I definitely know a lot of friends who have done that and it works. But I mean, I'm
just a foot in, foot out type of person.
I mean, I'm foot in, but even my parents. Now, mind you, we're talking about 1975. Okay,
different time.
My parents did not live together. I do believe that they had spent the nights. I don't think my mom would ever say it, but I know you spent the night with my daddy. I know you did. Y'all ain't have 4 kids.
Bring that up the next holiday.
All right. My parents had 3 kids together. Anyway, somebody was doing something nasty. Anyway, but my parents got married on a Friday. And then that next day, that Saturday, they closed on their brand new house.
I think it's very...
I don't think you should be able to control if people do that or not. I mean, obviously your religion and stuff in your country.
Yeah, which like that is 100% tied to religion and culture.
Yes, absolutely.
I think now more people are doing it just because it's fucking so expensive to live anywhere.
Very true. Yeah.
So I'm like, if someone wanted to pay my mortgage, I don't know that I'd be upset.
Listen, if you're gonna pay all the bills, come on in. Not long, yeah. But you're not gonna be on the deed on my house. I can tell you that much.
Hell no.
My financial portfolio is my financial portfolio. But if you got more than me, your financial portfolio is my financial portfolio.
Agreed. Also, I'm just thinking I just can't imagine living in this place with these strict ass rules and then you just like bending them for this man to come over and play sports.
Yeah, I think that means that your rules they're too flexible.
Antiquate. Oh, flexible.
Well, that too, because you can't just because but it proves the point that your beliefs should not be put onto other people. And I get it that your country is a very religious country, but everybody in your religion doesn't subscribe to the same things in that religion.
I think you have to if you're in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, you can, or you can say, this is my cousin. No, this is my roommate. We talked about...
Yeah, and they'll drag you through the streets and behead you.
That's very true. We talked about lesbian roommates. I was telling God, Lord, if my soulmate is a lesbian, just let me know. I don't want to have sex with her, but let me know so she can come in here and pay half these bills. I'm cool with that. Saying. Shoot. Listen, I got a couple rooms over here. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird. I want to know if they're paying him $75 million a year, how much money is he making them?
Gotta be a shit ton. I mean,
it has to
soccer is always, I'm quite sure, sold out. Like that, and they have way more games too than other sports, and they're more like year round, right? I mean, do they even
play
have
a lot of games?
Yeah, and these are international games too. I'm quite sure he pays a lot of money. Last thing before we go into what we're watching, what were you talking about? Some people getting land in California. Okay, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I did screenshot it. Hold on. I can. Okay, so last thing we want to talk about before we get into the Rehab Corner, into what we're watching. You were telling me about some kind of land in California, but I did a little deep dive. So basically, this black family that they owned Bruce Beach in Los Angeles many, many years ago. And apparently the state of California took this land, allegedly.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, they took this land unfairly, unjustly from this particular black family. Well, the family finally got the land back, and they just decided to sell it back to LA County for $20 million.
And Black Twitter is pissed.
Well, I think the reason why Black Twitter's pissed is because there's this staple in the black community because wealth is not something that's passed down to most of us, right? Like generational wealth is not really a thing, unfortunately, in the black community. And we know that it would take over 200 years for the average black person to catch up with the wealth of the average white person in this country, right? So I know for me and my family, it's always been this thing where never sell grandma's house. Like if your grandmother owned a house, don't ever sell her land, don't sell her house, keep up with the taxes of the house. Like that's a staple. That's something that you can liquidate and pass down to the rest of the family, right? So I think Black Twitter is a little bit pissed because they're just like, why would y'all sell? You fought for this land to come back, and why would you sell it? And then sell it for $20 million.
Yeah.
Like that. If you were going to sell it, that should have been some real money. I mean, how many acres was it? Did they ever say how many acres?
I don't know how many acres. It's 2 parcels, and they're like thin little lots because they built up these houses right there by the beach.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
This is an ocean front, though.
I know. I don't know a lot about property or real estate. I'm honestly questioning why anyone's listening to the podcast at this point. I have not given one morsel of information. But
what do you mean? Our podcast is amazing and we're funny. What the fuck?
That is true.
I'm downtrodden nuts.
Supposedly, everyone was saying the land is not zoned to build on, like to build residential shit on. So they would just have this land sitting there that they would have to pay probably crazy taxes on because of where it's located. So I'm thinking to them, they were just like, let's just take this money, give it back to them. Because I think they had a year to decide what they were going to do to it. And they probably offer, I don't know. They probably made them this really shitty deal, and they knew they couldn't do anything with the land, and they were gonna whatever.
And watch some developers gonna come in and buy that, and since they already sold it back, they're gonna come in and literally be making quadruple that amount,
probably
in less time.
And the rich get richer.
This is why you don't sell your grandma's property.
If you're a millionaire in California, do you know how much you bring home annually?
I'm quite sure not $1 million.
No,
they're gonna take half your shit. Mm-hmm. You know, I was watching this video with Taraji P. Henson, and she was talking, I think she was on The Real or something. This is when it was back on. But anyway, she was talking about the breakdown in Hollywood, and she was saying that she made $150,000 from The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And she was like, people were like, $150,000, that's a lot of money. And I'm like,
taxes
what?
In California?
Right. So she said, let me break it down for y'all. She said, I made $150,000. She said the government took 50% of that. Okay, so that's taxes. It's 50% of that. So she's like, I'm left with $75,000. She said, then my team, all the people that are in my team, that's 30% of my earnings, not off the $75,000, but off the $150,000.
Shit, I didn't know that.
I was like, she probably came out with $1,000 for doing a movie. Like, what the hell?
Damn.
I was like, shit. Let me tell you something. If when this podcast goes crazy, right, and we get famous and whatnot, I'm gonna just tell you this: any manager out there, you're not getting more than 2%. I don't care if I got to do bookings for myself.
And guess where our PO box will be located? Texas.
Thank you, because we listen.
Amen.
You're not
land of the free home of the brave.
You mean to tell me I'm doing all of this work, putting in all these hours, and you getting 30% of my money that I'm not even bringing home?
I want to say that if you make $1 million in California, you're only bringing home like $550,000.
Oh, I believe you're probably bringing less than that.
And that to me was insane. I was like, no wonder all y'all motherfuckers moved here in the pandemic.
Man, you got to be a multi-millionaire to survive in California. That's crazy. Why are you taking so, man? And Trump only paid $750 in 2019. Man, I'm moving out of this country.
I told you I'm in that Black Sit Facebook group. Every day I just see these black people who are like, look how happy I am not living in America.
Seriously, one of my cousins lives in Qatar right now. Oh Jesus Lord. Anyway,
we should go to Qatar.
I would love to go to Dubai.
When is it the coolest?
Yeah, we got to go when it's cool. I can't go when it's hot. I'm too fat.
I think it's always hot there.
No, it's not.
It's a desert.
They got a winter. They have to have a winter.
It's just probably the opposite of ours, right?
I would hope so. Because I don't want to go from Texas heat to Dubai. That'd be horrible. I'll be like, man, I want to go home. Do we want to talk about what we want to? Or we're gonna go right to the Rehab Corner. We're already at an hour 18.
Oh yeah. Are you watching anything worth talking about?
I just watched The Best Men final chapters, y'all. If y'all have not seen it on Peacock, y'all need to watch it. Sanaa Lathan, I'm gonna just tell you this: I loved you and everything else. I hate you in the Best Man series. She made you hate her because her acting is amazing. You're a beautiful, incredible woman, but good God, your character Robin, I fucking hate that bitch. Oh, she's annoying. Anyway,
I need anyone out there who has finished Kaleidoscope, that series on Netflix. Please tell me if it's worth it, because
I thought you started it.
I did.
Oh.
The way my ADD works, this show is so goddamn hard for me to keep up with.
Is it slow?
No, not really. It's just so much bouncing back and forth, and I can't figure out what time period we're in, and then every episode is
like Kill Bill back and forth?
Worser.
Ooh, no, I don't like that.
And I just need to know if I need to stick with it, if it's worth it, or if I can just let this go and let God. So please holler at me in my DMs. Thank you.
Cool beans. All right. Well, you ready to head on into the Rehab Corner?
Oh my God. I also watched.
Oh, what?
Sorry, this is important.
No, you're fine.
I watched this movie called The Secret. My mom made me watch it with Tom Cruise, Mrs. Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And the guy.
Is she Mrs. Fox now? They didn't get married, did they?
Michael J.
Jamie. Oh, Jamie Foxx.
No, they're not together anymore.
Not Michael J. Fox. I cannot with
together anymore.
Oh, really? Okay.
She's with someone else, but I don't know who.
Okay.
And the guy from Sweet Home Alabama, Josh Lucas. Mm-hmm. And it was so cute. It's like all about basically.
Oh, this is like the Notebook or something?
Kind of. There was this old book that was written called The Secret. If you saw it, you would know exactly what it is. But it's all about like the power of attraction and how if you like think positively and you project that, those things come to you. And if you're like fucking Eeyore, you're gonna have a shit life.
I've been doing that for years. It don't work. At least it ain't working for me.
Every day when she's like, I fucking hate my job, I'm gonna quit.
I'm manifesting a new one. I'm manifesting this podcast just getting so big that we don't have to work anymore, like a 9 to 5, but we can do the podcast full time.
Yeah, I would volunteer my time. I'd donate to charity.
Yeah.
Anyway,
seriously.
it was really good. It's on Amazon Prime if you want something heartwarming. Okay, that's all I got.
Awesome. I did see the Oprah and Viola Davis interview that she did based off her book.
Would you rather be Oprah or Viola Davis?
Would I rather be Oprah or Viola? What do you mean? In the sense of what?
And if I was like, Freaky Friday, tomorrow you're gonna have a new body, be that person.
I would say Oprah because of the money, but Viola because of her spirit.
I thought you were gonna say because of her husband.
Oh, her husband's beautiful.
I know,
but I don't want her husband. I want my own.
They just look so cute together.
They do, and their daughter Genesis.
I would love to just feel what it's like to have Oprah money power, like Oprah.
I don't even want the power. I just want the money.
Just kind of like Oprah contacts, Oprah, the ability to be like, I want this now here and it's done. Like, that's wild.
No, I just want her money to be left alone. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't want the clout. I don't want the fame. I don't want, like, I legit do not want fame. I only want the money.
I want the book club. I want the favorite things.
I don't read books.
I want the contacts. I want to have lunch with fucking Beyonce and Jay-Z. I want to interview Meghan Markle. I want all of that.
I just want the money. That's all I want.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Ready to go on into the Rehab Corner?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. In the Rehab Corner today, this is specifically for our speech therapists. We need your feedback, okay?
We have questions.
So I saw this particular video on TikTok because, we only do the highest of evidence-based practice over here. Anywho, I saw this one video on TikTok about Cocomelon and speech delays. So apparently this has been going around with regard to, hold on one second.
If you don't know, Cocomelon is this crackhead kids show that is just bright. It's animated and it's just bright colors, fast transitions. There's no words, just sounds. There are words, but not very many. Mm-hmm. I watched it and I felt like I was tripping on something. Not on purpose. There was a child around. That's why I was watching it.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
But I've also heard that too. Not to not let your kids watch Cocomelon, but to be cognizant of the fact that type of show isn't necessarily the most great for development.
Yeah.
Because it's literally just constant.
I can't find what you call it, of course, when I'm looking for it. But anyway. I thought I'd just screenshot this shit.
It's you know how Disney Channel used to run, or maybe they still do, they run content for 7 minutes because that's your attention span?
Yes.
As a child. This is like that, but for infants. So it's the most
They said that Cocomelon changes. They said that Cocomelon, and they say, because we don't believe in they. So what I've heard is that from social media is that Cocomelon, every 6 seconds, the screen changes. And that's what keeps these kids captivated versus a SpongeBob. It'll be every 13, 14 seconds or some shit like that. Right. And so it came from this mom. Her name is @Sierra Renee, EEE. And she has a 2-year-old. That's how she spelled her name. So basically, she had some concerns about her 2-year-old with a speech delay, and that she felt like Cocomelon was very addicted to her 2-year-old. So she said after she became worried, she switched to a different YouTube channel, and things changed, and her child's speech became a little bit, a lot better. So there's been this uproar saying that, again, just like you said, Cocomelon is potentially allegedly causing speech delays.
I need to know the validity of that.
I do too.
Also, not a parent, so don't really know what I can stand on here. Take the fucking iPad away from your kids.
Gracie's Corner.
What's that? Is that the hip hop one?
Yes, the one she sounds like the Migos, but with Gracie.
Yeah, okay, I do like that. But I just hate iPads for kids because they're zoned out zombies.
They are.
Also, I'm not a parent who's tired and just wants them to shut the fuck up and do something.
Very true. Because when we were growing up, we had Walkmans. And before we had Walkmans, we had nothing. We had coloring books.
I was a VCR kid. By the time I was 15 months, I could push, rewind, play, and I would just sit and watch VHS. Well, so that's probably my iPad. And I have ADHD. If you do not want your kid to turn out like me, take away the iPad.
But you didn't have an iPad back in the day.
I know, but I had screen time. I was just watching a screen.
Yeah, no, when the Nintendo first came out in, what was it, 1989, I think that was the first Mario, but like the actual NES system came out, which is like, what, 90 or 91, something like that. Anyway, we would have screen time. So we had to do our homework first, and then we were able to do screen time, and then we had to go to bed and stuff. We had an actual bedtime. We had a black and white 13-inch TV, and my mom would be like, turn that shit off.
13 inches?
Yes.
Well, you're just like up like this to it?
Oh, yeah. Why do you think I got glasses now? I mean, part of it is hereditary, but part of it is because we had these small-ass TVs. But we didn't have, like, programming like that. It wasn't very cartoonish to a degree. I mean, you had Captain Kangaroo, you had Mr. Rogers, so you were engaging with adults at the same time versus these little bald head one too fast babies that are just like singing stupid shit. Like, I mean, I think the most catchiest song that probably I knew back in the day was "This Is the Song That Doesn't End."
Lamb Chop?
Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people try to sing it and not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because of the song. But now at Cocomelon, they hear this, you know, these sound bites, and the kids are just like, oh, "It's my crack. It's crack time."
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, we
It's
didn't have
crack
that.
time.
And because we had real human interaction, so this is why our attention span.
You also only had like 4 episodes of everything, so like after that got boring.
And TV went off. At a certain point. So that was the blessing. Like, when I was
at the end of the night, it would be like, shh.
well, yeah, you had
That's
the national
crazy.
anthem that came on with the little, you know, the little flag, and it looked horrible. And then all you had was just TV snow, and that's it.
That's so. I forgot about that.
Because TV went off.
That is wild.
And so they were like, take your ass to bed. And now once they got
It's like
24-hour
government
programming,
mandated bedtime.
absolutely. And then once they got, you know,
Now
24-hour programming, it's insane.
What is that thing that comes on? The 300? Well, what comes on super late at night after everything goes?
Peter
The
Popoff?
500 Club? The 300 show? What is it called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, Lord, the Christian TV.
Yes. And you're like, oh, it's time to go to bed.
It's 700 Club.
The 700 Club. And
I thought you were talking about Peter Popoff. Oh, the spring water. I love Peter Popoff.
No. 700 comes on, you're like, oh no, it's time. Or the infomercials.
My grandmother always watches the 700 Club. I freaking hate 700 Club.
Me too.
And then TBN with Paul and Jan Crouch. Rest in peace to both of them. They both died. But,
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful I was brought up in the time that I was brought up in, because again, you had real human interaction and you actually played with toys.
Yeah.
Kids don't play with toys anymore like that.
No.
They
I was
watch
thinking
other
about that
kids.
the other day. When you were little, like in kindergarten, did you have centers?
What do you mean?
Centers, like stations? Like the house cleaning, like the house station and like
No, we had a sandbox.
library station.
We had a
and-
sandbox.
Oh.
And every classroom didn't have a sandbox. We were just lucky enough that we had a sandbox. And then once one kid got a wingworm, the sandbox was gone.
Ew.
Yeah. That's how you get a wingworm, from sandboxes.
Ew.
Because kids are gross. You're digging your butt and your nose and everything.
No,
so,
we
yeah.
had, it was called either centers or stations. And so there was one that was like a playhouse. Then there'd be like the color station, the library station, the puppet station. And like they would assign you to a station, or like you could pick what station you wanted to go to. And then that's where you had to play for like 30 minutes. No?
Nah. We had a sandbox and that was about it. Or you just were in the corner playing with
And
glue.
I just remember being like, oh, center is like, I get to go to this center. I get to go to house center.
Now that I can remember, the only thing I remember is
fun.
sandboxes
Blocks
and nap
too.
time.
Nap time. Nap time was a good one.
Yeah. And I never used to take a nap during nap time.
Me either.
But now I'll take naps now as an adult.
I peed my mat one time and I never did it again. Like I never went to sleep again because I
Yeah.
was so scared I was going to piss my
Aw,
mat.
that sucks. That's horrible. Yeah. But so yeah, speech therapists out there, to all SOPs, SOP assistants, please let us know what your thoughts are in the comments about Cocomelon and these speech delays. And if you are seeing an increase in speech delays based off some of these TV shows that are really not adding to children's education.
I wonder what would happen if I watched an episode of Cocomelon, like a full episode.
I wonder if, because Dora makes you talk back, I wonder if that actually helps, where it's like call and response cartoons that are actually helping.
That's what there's like. I think the issue with Cocomelon is the lack of dialogue.
Yes.
So surely Dora. I'd never heard people saying Dora made their kids not talk.
No, because Dora's like, you know, she makes you talk. What is this? What color is this?
Not when I was older. But the shows that came out then for younger kids, they were all call and response.
Yeah. VeggieTales, call and response.
Love that. Bear in the Blue House, Little Einsteins.
Little Einstein. I mean, I was an adult by that time, but so yeah.
That was all good stuff. Yeah, interesting. These
Even
kids,
like Gullah Gullah Island, Barney.
Oh my God.
Barney would make you call a response too.
Gullah Island.
And you sung along with the songs and stuff.
Did you ever watch Barney live?
No.
So there's this, I would watch it on fucking repeat. Barney live from New York. There's this scary, scary clown in it. His name is the Onceler. The Onceler?
I've never seen Barney live. I don't know what you.
I'm just gonna. You don't even have to. I just need to show you this Barney because
was it BJ and Bubbles or whatever her name
BJ and Baby Bob.
Baby Bob. I'm talking about Bubbles. Lord Jesus. Your brother and sister.
I just need you to see this.
I think they have different parents because they look
the
different.
Winkster. Just watch this clip. This is the scariest shit you've ever seen, and this is what I used to watch as a child.
I'll try to put a clip in if I can.
Let me find him for you.
Or at least I'll just put a picture or something. I said that last week and I forgot.
Yeah, you did.
My bad. People trying to be like, oh, where? Let me see Monica's picture of her, how she used to look.
Damn it.
No.
This is it. Where are you? I'm going to find it for you because it's so scary. God damn it. What is it? What did I say it was called? The Winkster?
Winkster?
I know we have to go.
I'll just put a picture. That's the clown?
Is that not the creepiest shit?
I mean, not really. I was thinking it was going to actually look like...
And he like steals stuff.
When did this come on?
The 90s.
I never remember that. That's weird.
He's weird. Anyway.
I mean, but it's not scary. Take a screenshot of that and send it to me so I can put it in the
I'll
thing.
send you the links to it. This was 1994. Great year.
I was in the 4th grade.
Anyway, Barney Live. That was my shit.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no.
And he was a figment of your imagination.
That's very true. So it was a trip. It was a literal drug trip.
Yeah.
What were you telling me about your fall at work? You had a patient. This is the last thing before we get out of here.
Last thing, I need to just tell you guys, for the rehab peeps out there, for the first time in probably when's the last time I had a fall?
I don't know.
It's been like a while, probably 2 years maybe. No, probably like a year.
I was going to say, yeah. You definitely almost fell in the shower with somebody.
Yeah, that's true. That was a close call. That wasn't a fall. Yeah. I had the second fall of my career.
A near miss.
In the exact same way as my first fall.
Really?
And again, slow controlled descent to the ground.
Yeah.
And I just need to tell you because it's traumatic. Do you ever... Okay. And I will laugh in this, but this was not funny. Yeah. And I'm not making fun of anyone.
No. This is just
never. But this is
medical professional humor.
It's cathartic for me to talk about it, and I have to laugh to keep from crying. Do you ever have those patients where you're stuck with them for a prolonged amount of time, and they drain you emotionally, physically?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And so that was this patient of mine. She's in a horrible situation. She just had an AKA. She had a prior stroke, so it did something to her emotional abilities. She's very labile. Gotcha. She's fine, then she's moaning, crying, right? Which, I'm very good with. It's fine, but after 2 weeks, you're like, all right, lady,
suck it the fuck.
We got shit to do.
Yeah.
So she's got a fucking flaccid arm on one side, and then we got no leg on that side too. There's just a lot going on. Her husband, unfortunately, just passed away. And so she's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We were making no progress. It was sniff time.
Yeah.
We were in the sniff countdown here. And I was like, you and I just got to hold it together for a couple more days before we can both have a break from each other, because you're going to go to a sniff and I'm going to get a new patient. We're going to be fine. We sit at the edge of the bed. She starts screaming. I'm like, hey, girl, you're not new to this. We're true to this. You got to calm down. She's covered in pee at this time. And I'm like, you know what? I understand, but we're about to take a shower. We're going to get in the shower. We're going to clean you off. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to clean your wheelchair off. Let's just go. We're going to transfer. Don't even worry about it. Happens all the time. Okay. Hoyer, fucking just sling her over on her one good leg to the chair. Dependent transfer. She's sitting on the end of the wheelchair. She starts shitting everywhere. Again, I'm not losing my cool because I'm like, we're about to get in the shower, girl. It's
rinse
fine.
you off. Who cares?
Rinse you off. She starts freaking out.
Because she's pooping.
Because she's pooping and she's on this chair and she's covered in shit. All of these things. And I'm like, hey, hey, you're fine. Snap out of it. Scoot back in the chair because her hips weren't all the way back. Mind you, it's just me because I think I'm fucking Superwoman.
I don't know why you keep setting yourself up for failure like that.
So this lady, hand to the bed rail, pulls herself forward, and I see it happening
in real time.
And I just blocked that one leg. I was like, no.
Was it a fresh AKA?
It was a fresh AKA.
Jesus.
And I bear hug her and I like pop my leg under her AKA and we just slowly slide down to the ground together.
So did you get poop and wet?
Bitch, I don't even know what I was covered in. I was so pissed because it was a perfect storm of like me being covered in God knows what, her screaming, crying because she doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
I have to I'm literally like legs open. She's sitting in between my legs because I'm holding her up and I'm just like shh, shh, shh.
Like a big baby.
Like a fucking baby. Trying to call the nurse. So I finally get her calmed down. The nurses come in. Oh my God. Start her back up again. She's fucking crying. We have to get her up right. I was like, we don't have to get her up right now. She's fine right here. Go get the wire. No. They're freaking out. We have to get her back on the fucking bed. This is my second patient of the day.
Oh my God.
After that, the whole day was just...
Did you change your clothes?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I fucking took a Clorox wipe to myself.
Oh my God. Wow.
It was one of those days. Then I have this patient who keeps having seizures and they're like, okay. I was like, I don't think I should get her in the shower. The nurse tells me she would really love that. If you do, just make sure that you take a pillow in there and then tell someone so if we see the call light, we'll run in there.
Take a pillow. Okay.
And all I'm thinking is, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
If she's having seizures, it's a no.
It's a fucking no. So then I give it a couple days.
Yeah.
Because now we've decided they're not full seizures. They're just like horrible Parkinson tremor flares that she's having. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, hey girl, I go in. She just got her meds. She looks great. I'm like, fuck yes. Let's go. Let's get in the shower. Get her in the wheelchair. We're rolling because there's another big shower. We're taking her to the shower. Doctor stops to talk to her. 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
As he's talking to her, I see her tremors getting worse. And I'm like, we're on borrowed fucking time. I literally tell this doctor, I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to be rude, but like,
you interrupted me.
I have to get these scores today. I have to see her shower. He's like, oh yeah, that's fine. We get into the shower, and she's like starting to kind of lock up a little bit. I'm like, it's okay. I think we can get it done. We're okay. We can get it done. Get in the shower. You know when your patient starts leaning and you can't tell if they're doing it on purpose or if they're fucking falling?
Yeah.
She leans, she stays there.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
I'm like, are you okay? She's fucking stuck. Have to fucking bear hug her.
Is
lean
she
her
seizing?
back. No, she's just tremoring so bad and locking up. Like that rigidity.
I don't know why you keep setting yourself up.
I don't know either. I just
always
had a horrible
just go
week.
in there with the PT. Just do it.
I can't. They can't co-treat.
Oh, that's right, because you're an inpatient.
Yes, it's just me and them for 90 minutes.
You don't have a tech?
No.
Damn.
All that to say, then her hand locks up on her underwear. She's trying to put. It was just a mess.
And this was the same day or a different day?
The different day, same week. But that's how the whole week went, basically, with me.
Yeah. No,
this man showered in his underwear because he refused to let me see his dick. And I was like, sir, I'm not looking at you.
That's a sell. You know what I think, though? I understand why patients think that, like, we're looking at their body parts. But honestly, y'all...
You're like a Barbie doll to
You've
me.
seen a million penises. We've seen a million vaginas and boobs. We're not, I promise you, we are not looking at you. It's just even like a gynecologist. Like anytime I go to the gynecologist, I know this because I used to work in postpartum labor and delivery, and I worked in 2 OBGYN offices, and I would have to be in there for procedures and stuff. I'm not looking at your cooch. Like, I'm literally not. But when I go, I'm just like, oh, I didn't have time to, wax and da-da-da. And they're just like, I don't give a fuck. But I get why patients think we're actually looking at them.
I told someone the other day, because she was like, you get Brazilians? I said, yeah. She's like, you don't get, like, nervous? Or I was like, no, because I know I'm not the best they've ever seen, and I'm not the worst they've ever seen. I am fine being somewhere in the middle. They're never going to fucking remember me.
And that's why too, like when you're cleaning up a patient and you're wiping them, you're cleaning shit off them. You try to have a conversation because you're just like, I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. But I mean, you're spread eagle, yes.
Yeah. I want you to know in my head, I'm usually thinking like about all the shit I have to do that day.
Yeah.
Or about how I don't want to be cleaning up shit. Not your shit, just shit.
Yeah. I'm just like, God damn, I got 5 more minutes to try to wipe the rest of this shit up off of you before I go to my next patient. Like and I get it, you guys don't know that, but as healthcare professionals, we're not looking at your body. We're not.
Yeah. So this man,
we don't see it.
made me. He's a TMA. He had his toes amputated, so he's in a post-op shoe.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let me take off his post-op shoe, right? So he made me wrap his foot in the shoe in plastic to shower. Jesus. He then wouldn't take off his underwear because he didn't want me to see him. So he's sitting there in fucking like soaking wet boxers.
That is so not healthy. Sir, you're gonna get pneumonia.
And I just gave up on the week. I was like, you know what? I just have to make it. I just have to fucking make it.
But I do get there's a double standard in healthcare where women can clean up men, but men cannot clean up women.
I know. The other day that someone, like a PT, someone rang the call light. Mm-hmm. The PT walked in there and he walked back out. And I said, oh, what's wrong? He's like, oh, she has to go to the restroom. I'm going to go get someone. It's a young woman. Mm-hmm. And I get it. And I appreciate the forethought. But I'm also like, now we have to do it.
Yeah, because women are most of the time the nurturers, the caretakers and all that kind of stuff. So it's not abnormal for a woman to take care of a man and see a man parts, even young men. Because I mean, I've had patients who are like, 20 something years old and you got to take them to the bathroom. They've had a massive stroke or something like that. And you see, I'm not looking at your penis. You see it because it's there. Yeah. But you try your best to cover them up. But I mean, just depending on what kind of blowout you got, you can't cover that shit up. But
it is weird with young male patients.
It is, because they always are doing this and trying to, and it's like, I promise you, dude, I'm not looking at your penis. I don't want your penis. I don't. I know you don't, and it's privacy. I mean, because I would be doing the same thing. Yeah. But it always makes it difficult.
Yeah. It's a fun job. My job.
Very fun job. Yeah. We see a lot of naked bodies. It's like you see one ass, you see them all. Who cares?
You see a lot of naked bodies.
You really do. And we're not looking at you. You don't see a penis. You don't see a vagina. You just see a patient.
Paycheck patient.
We gotta get the hell out of here. Woo. 2 P's, two different meanings. Jesus. You're talking about a patient. Okay. That's hilarious.
And on that note, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Face Off.
Absolutely. Y'all remember to spread love.
Spread light.
And don't forget to let your face off. I cannot with you. You're all patient. Yep. I don't know why I do this podcast with you, I swear. Oh my God. That was fucking hilarious.
We're on the same page.
I'm just like, I'm patient. I'm trying to be all politically correct. I'm patient. You are damn nuts. Did you guys enjoy this episode? If so, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, including
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. New episodes are released every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.